Hi FCST 1010 students, this is Dr. Wheeler. I hope every one of you had a great week. We are nearing the end of this class. It has gone by so quickly. And I want to say again, you've all been just a fantastic group. I don't hear from you much anymore. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that everybody kind of caught on to the format of this class and it kind of teaches itself, but y'all are doing a good job going back and forth with each other, and you're doing a great job on your challenges and your journal entries. Just keep in mind that there is a format for the challenges. Just as a reminder, you do need a double space, Times Roman number 12, and you need to label your paper on the upper left-hand side MLA style. But I won't beat that dead horse again. We're going to move on this week to Module 8. And if you look on the top of the screen, you notice we only have modules 8, 9, and 10 left. And this week we're going to do module 8. Next week it will be modules 9 and 10 for the last week of July. And you'll still be responsible for doing both journals, 9 and 10, by Wednesday at midnight, and then turning in challenges 9 and 10 by Sunday at midnight. So the due dates are going to remain the same. It's just since that's the last week of class, we have to double up on assignments, and I think I told y'all that probably the first week of class, so now I'm just reminding you again. So we actually only have 2 weeks of class left, and I'll continue to get caught up on grading. I think challenges are really, I'm 2 challenges behind, but I'll get caught up on those. And I think everybody pretty much knows how the challenges go by now, and you probably know what your grade is going to be in this class because it's a pretty simple equation. If you answer all the questions and you do the work, then you can make an A. Not an easy A, but you can make an A. But anyway, we'll move on to Module 8. And this, guys, this is, besides time management and keeping a planner and writing everything in the planner, Module 8 is probably the most important module out of this entire class. One that you need to remember. Last week we talked about literacy and reading critically, and I emphasized over and over again how you need to take notes when you are asked to read. If you're asked to read 3 chapters, sometimes your brain will wander, and we can all get, a little ADD, ADHD at times, and we'll think that we're reading actively, but we're really not. It goes in one ear and out the other. And just because you say the words out loud doesn't mean that it's sinking in. You do need to write it down for it to stick. Well, that's what this module is about. This is about being in class. Last week was about being an active reader and taking notes while you read. This week is about being an active listener and taking notes in class. And we'll start out this week. I don't know how many of you have ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Fantastic movie. Absolutely love it. And one of the funniest parts of the movie is this 1 minute and 16 seconds that takes place at the beginning, shortly after the beginning of the movie. And it's kind of what teachers and professors go through with students. So everyone really needs to watch this really short clip. And it says it's a perfect example of not listening to a professor. And amen to that one. The next video is over note-taking, different forms of note-taking. And then I would like for you to read these 2 articles. One article. It's an article over listening and note-taking. And then I want you to take the listening quiz. And then for your journal entry this week, it says, do you really listen in class? And maybe you haven't had a face-to-face college class yet, but you have had high school. Harken back and think. Be honest with yourself. Does your mind race to other thoughts while your professor is speaking? And guys, even when I'm lecturing, these little lectures I give every week, these screencasts, does your mind wander? Are you an active listener? Do you take notes? what could you do to start being a better listener? Now, this is before you go on to the second section of this. So think of some ways where you could be a better listener in class. And then I want you to come up. So this journal entry 8 is due before Wednesday at midnight. Make sure you respond to 2 people in order to get full credit for it. Then you're going to go up to week or to day 2, starting on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever you finish your journal entry, and click on the, I think you can, click on winning note-taking strategies, and it'll take you to a different window. This is a Prezi that I created for a training to train SCST instructors. And one of the key parts of this Prezi that I want y'all to kind of look for is the amount of information that's lost after you leave class. And if I were to pull it up right now, it's like, you know, an hour after class, you'll only remember 67% of what you heard in class. It's really a lot lower than that. It's a whole lot lower than that. And I would venture to guess that maybe 2 days after you leave a class, you only remember maybe 2% of what you heard. And then, like now, I think back about college classes, I don't remember anything. I might remember hands-on stuff that we did in class because it was memorable, but just what the professor said in a particular class, I don't remember anything. Think about history if you want to make a good analogy. Where would we be today as a society if nobody had kept records of events that happened throughout history? How would we know that they happened if nobody wrote it down? If it was only word of mouth, if it was only through listening, how do you think that the events would have gotten watered down over time to the point where you'd even recognize what was said? The same thing goes on in a college classroom every single solitary day. Some of you that are going to be taking 5 classes this fall, 4 classes, 5 classes. Some of you will be taking less. You will go to class on Monday and Wednesday. If it's math, it'll be more than an hour and 15 minutes per class. If it's a regular classroom, you'll go twice a week for an hour and 15 minutes each of those days. If you don't take notes in either class, that's 2.5 hours that you've sat and you maybe texted, talked to a friend, looked on your iPad, doodled, or all of the above. And when you left class, you said, what did she talk about today? Or what did he talk about today? What are we supposed to do next week? I didn't hear that part. If you've got to be there anyway, and you're paying the money for college, why not spend that hour and 15 minutes on something that's so useful, like taking notes? And even, guys, even like last week, even if you sit there and you highlight the book as the professor talks and you highlight everything, you still need to go in and summarize it and take notes off of what you highlighted. There are 5 note-taking methods that are listed under Day 2, Step 2. There are 5 note-taking methods. And I want you to look and read about all 5 note-taking methods. And after you've looked at all 5, I want you to choose 2 different methods that you feel might be interesting to take notes with. So read about the 5 methods and then choose 2 that you think you might like to use to take notes with. Then, this is going to be the hard part. Read these directions carefully. Choose the 2 methods of note-taking. Then you're going to click on this video called My Mushroom Burial Suit. Weirdest video known to man is so weird that it's interesting. Click on this. Watch. The video lasts for 7 7 minutes and 31 seconds. So watch about maybe 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the video and take notes over 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the video using one form of the note-taking methods that you chose. Then, and then pause it. Then in the last half, from 3.5 minutes on, use the second note-taking method that you chose and take notes over it. Then after all is said and done, after you've taken the notes using both methods, then you need to answer these questions down below. Which note-taking system did you choose and why? Go into detail about why you chose it. Is it what you've always used? Did it sound interesting? Is it something you want to try? After taking the notes, which one did you prefer? Okay, maybe you prefer the old outline method. Why did you prefer it? How could you successfully use this note-taking system in a class which you are currently enrolled? You can take notes over my lecture every week if you so choose. Me, if I were in this class and I were a student, I would be writing down everything that I said. If I told you due dates or what to look for in a video, I'd be writing down every single solitary bit of it. I want you guys to get into a groove that when this fall starts, you are ready to take notes over, if you're assigned 3 chapters, if you're sitting in class. I want you to use everything from this semester. I want you to have a planner ready for this fall. I want you to have a plan of attack of what you're going to bring to school to eat every day, how you're going to manage your stress level, how you're going to set measurable goals for this fall. Everything that we've gone over this semester, I want you to already have it laid out and planned. If you need to go back and take a look at it, look at all your journals that you wrote. Go back from Module 1 all the way to Module 10. This is everything that you're going to need to be successful this fall. And I know you're not taking 5 classes this summer. So I want you to get your act together before fall starts. And make sure that you complete this challenge, Challenge 8, before next Sunday. Let's see, what day is today? Today is the 19th, so 20, 21. Your journal entry is going to be due on the 22nd, and your challenge is going to be due on the 26th. If you have any questions at all, send me an email at kwheeler@highlands.edu. I am watching, this has been a great week for golf. I'm watching the British Open right now, and my man Jordan Spieth is 1 shot out of the lead. I just love Jordan Spieth. And Ricky Fowler is like 7 under, I think, for the tournament, so he's 5 shots out of the lead. Braves still stink. What else? I'm ready for football. I'm ready for it to be cold. All of the above. Ready for school to start in the fall, if that makes sense at all. I'm just kind of ready for it to start. I miss being in the classroom face to face. But if y'all have any questions, just let me know, and I will talk to you guys next week. Have a great week, guys.